welcome to the Congo Hour. I am Trippi and this is Waynna. We both want to thank you so much for tuning in this evening. We hope that you have enjoyed the return of the Congo Hour as much as we have, and we look forward just to being in your living room, on your phone, on your laptop, wherever you are, every Sunday right here on DETV channel 28. Waynna.
Trippi.
Your favorite part of the Congo Hour is back.
I know. I was so excited.
My dad is here, and he is going to come and share some of his wisdom. Who knows what he is going to talk about, but as always, it's usually some golden nuggets. So please make sure that you stay tuned for the return of Sammy's Corner.
Yes.
He is here, and we're not sure how often he's going to come, but when he's coming, when he's here, we just want to appreciate him, give him all the time that he wants. So we don't need any trouble.
At all. So
At all.
He could go 50 minutes for all we care, right?
He can. So, and he's been really looking forward to coming back and being a part of the show. He has so many friends who always remind him how much they enjoy Sammy's Corner. And he enjoys it. Like, he loves helping and sharing and helping us to raise awareness about whatever's going on in our lives, in our city. So he is here. My daughter Mariah is here.
Oh boy.
I know. You never know what to expect. You never know what to expect from her or my dad. They should have like a segment together.
Yes.
Sammy and Mariah's Corner, because both of them are they just say whatever is on their mind. And
but Trippi,
yes.
I don't know when it started with her speaking her mind.
Oh, it started a while ago.
Like when?
It started. She was very young when I first realized just her wit and her humor and just being able to speak her mind and just being like a little leader. She's the youngest out of the group, but she is definitely in charge. And it's so funny because she is so hard on one of her big brothers, Mason.
Yes.
You know, he's older than her by like 2 or 3 years. And it reminded me of Morgan and Max, because Morgan used to do the same thing to Max when they were younger.
Okay.
She used to terrorize him. She would have him crying, and now Mariah has Mason crying.
I've witnessed that part. I witnessed the two of them. I was like, wow.
And Mariah and Morgan are just so much alike that they're always going at each other, but they're sisters, but it's almost like they're twins because both of them just know how to get under people's skin. You know what I mean? It's amazing to watch, but it's all love.
It really is.
Yeah, but it's just, that little sister just annoying and nagging you and driving you crazy. That is the personification of Mariah, just like it was for Morgan. So we're gonna have our funeral announcements.
Yes.
This evening. We have some community news.
Have some birthdays.
Some birthday shout outs.
Yes.
We want to thank you so much for coming out and helping my parents to celebrate their birthday yesterday. They had a great time.
Yes.
So many people came and showed them so much love. So again, we just want to thank you for coming out and helping them to celebrate each other and celebrate their, their presence here in the city of Wilmington. It was really a good turnout. What's been going on with you this last week? Anything new?
It's me. It's like I gotta go backwards to.
Right,
you know what I mean?
That. So Morgan, she was in a car accident, and I just want to share because I was like, things happen so fast, and you just never know when you might get that phone call. And it was crazy because she called me and she was crying. So the first thing I'm thinking, she's only been driving for a couple of years.
Okay.
So when I hear her crying, I'm like, okay, she must have gotten into an accident. She was like, no, Dad, I'm okay. I guess she knew that from my reaction that I was worried about her because she was crying. So she was like, no, Dad, I'm okay. So my mind went from her being into an accident to somebody like messing with her. Right. So now I'm like, I'm either going to the hospital or I'm going to jail.
One or the other.
Yeah, one or the other. And she's like, no, Dad, I was in a car accident, but I wasn't driving. Everybody's okay, but she's still like crying hysterically.
Yeah.
But luckily, they all had their seatbelts on. The car, the airbags, they ended up deploying, and that's the biggest thing that hurt her when the airbag deployed. She was sitting up front, so it hit her in her chest.
Okay.
And,
she bruised.
She's in pain. Okay. But not really no bruises.
Okay.
But she was with her friends driving, and some kids were younger kids. They were like running across the street. So the driver, he like swerved. Okay. So he wouldn't hit him, and he ended up going across the median into oncoming traffic. This was on Route 13, and then like that car had to swerve not to hit them. Then it ended up running into a tree. Oh, so, wow. But everybody walked away. Everybody was fine. She's the only one that went to the hospital But the other one said they wish they did because now they were so sore.
That's what normally happens, but it's not too late for them to go.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, we were in the hospital for a while. But, you know, shout out to Christy in the hospital and the staff down there who looked out for him. But you know, you just never know when you're gonna get that phone call. So I just wrote a little message to some of my friends, like just make sure that you're always cherishing like your loved ones because you never know.
Wait a minute.
No, it was
Wait
some.
a minute.
So
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait.
Your phone was off. Your phone was probably off. So
what time was this message? Because
I'm a part of the group that's trying to get in shape. It's like a fitness group.
Oh, that's you should have said that part.
So
you should have said fitness group.
It wasn't like my close family and friends.
Okay.
It was like,
yo, because I was getting ready.
You know, if it were for my friends, you would have been on there. But it was some people I don't even really know them, but we're all just trying to get in shape. So we always send like little motivational things to each other in the morning. You know, stay focused, eat right, and I just share that with them. They were like, "Yeah, you're so right," because you just never know. You know, when something can happen. And it just reminded me, you never know. And a family called us that very same day, where her daughter was in a car accident and she passed away. You know, so it really like struck home. I was like, that could have been me.
Right.
So you never know.
Yeah.
So you just gotta make sure you're cherishing each other and loving each other and being kind to one another.
Yeah.
Because you never know when we're not going to be here anymore.
Right. You know what, Trippi? I was thinking, and we got to get away from when something happens to realize that we got to try to walk like that, like daily.
Right. And I thought about it because every time that Morgan is with me or she's leaving my presence, she always says, "I love you." Mm-hmm. Like it could be she's going to Boston Market to get something to eat, which is 2 blocks away. "Hey, I love you." So now she has me in the habit of saying, "I love you too."
Right.
Because she, like, at her young age, like, she realizes, and she realizes, like you just said, like, she's actively showing love. She's not waiting till something happens. And she has the whole family really doing the same thing. Like, we always have to say, like, we love you to each other because you never know.
You never know.
And even my dad, they got my dad saying it. And this man,
what?
I think I might have shared this before. The first time I heard my dad say, "I love you," was at my wedding. That was in 2012. I was in my 30s. I always knew that he loved me like no other.
Right.
That was never a question, but he never really verbalized it. He showed me to no end. So I don't
Right. Yeah.
No question.
Right.
But to say it, he just never did it. Mm-hmm. And I only think that he even said it to me. He was making a speech and he said, "Yeah, I love that guy." Right.
So you was like, "I got it,
I finally heard it." But now the children, they have him saying it because they always say, "Bye, Papa, we love you." So he'll say it back. For a while, he would never say it. He'd be like, "Yeah, okay, I'll see you later." But now he says, "I love you" back. So, and it matters, hearing those words and really meaning those words from somebody who you really care about. That means a lot. So, but like I said, they're all okay. They were just more, scared than anything.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate the car was actually totaled. But they were all wearing their seatbelts. They weren't like speeding excessively. It was just one of those freak accidents, and they all ended up being okay. So
yeah,
I forgot where I was going with that when I don't know what we were talking about when I started.
Well, you had asked me how was my week,
and
then you went into that because I was like, I have to.
Okay.
But every week is a good week for me. I didn't do anything other than enjoy your mom and dad's birthday celebration.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. My pop-pop's birthday party.
Yeah. I didn't realize that it started. I was on my way out there, and my dad was there.
Mm-hmm. And your mom and dad and Kimmy was there.
Oh, I didn't know that. He didn't tell me that. He was like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "I'm on my way to Waynna's Papa's party." He was like, "Man, it's almost over." He called me like around 5 something.
I started at 2.
Yeah, I thought it started at 3.
Oh.
That was my fault.
Yeah, but it was really nice.
Yeah, they told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead and talk about the party.
No, I was just saying it was really nice. Mm-hmm. My Pop, Sonny Knotts turned 93. Actually turned 93 on Wednesday, but we celebrated it on Saturday, and it was really nice. He really enjoyed himself. So yeah,
that's good.
So that's another thing, like celebrating people while they're here. I mean, 93 years 93, young.
I know.
And he does not look like it nor act like it.
Not at all. Yeah. What a blessing. And also, I want to give a shout out to Alexis Oakley, Antoine's daughter. She turned 23 last week. Okay. And a shout out to Duffy. He turned 50. Yeah, Duffy's Hope. He turned the big 50, and his wife threw him a birthday party.
Yes, it was a surprise.
It was.
And
really nice.
I couldn't get there.
Yeah, there was a lot going on that day.
Did you go?
Yes, and yeah. You know who does an awesome job of decorating? What is her name? Oh, she's on Instagram. Pink Lady?
Pink Lady. She does a phenomenal job.
Oh my, we got to get her on here one time.
Okay, I'll make sure we do. She's good.
She is awesome.
Yes.
I mean, the way, I've never seen any of her, I've seen her work at his wedding. But I'm always, I follow her on Instagram. I just see some of the way she just transforms rooms is incredible.
Creative.
So shout out to the Pink Lady. I'm pretty sure that's her name on Instagram. So yeah, if you're on social media, just look up the Pink Lady if you have an event coming up. She is phenomenal.
She is.
So yeah, we definitely have to get her on here just to kind of push what she does. I'm not saying that she needs it, but we just want to celebrate her.
Yes.
And we want to celebrate our local heroes here. And she is definitely a gem that we have here in Wilmington.
Yes.
What else, Waynna?
Oh, so last week you talked about the residency with City Council, and one of our viewers commented, and I wanted to make sure that I read the comment.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, she said that she totally agrees about the residence restriction, that it should be lifted because, like you said, there are folks that would love to work for the city of Wilmington but don't want to uproot their family.
Right.
And a lot of times we can't get candidates at all for some positions and jobs are reposted time and time again. So, yeah. But we're going to ask
we're going to ask
Charlotte to come on.
Yeah, Charlotte Barnes, who is head of HR in the city of Wilmington, who just has a wealth of knowledge. She's been with the city probably over 30 years, and she's been in so many different departments. She just knows the internal working of the city like very, very few people. And I've always leaned on her for, for guidance when something is coming up that I need to just have information on. Never trying to sway me, she just gives us the information. So I would definitely want her to come on just to be able to share that information with the viewing audience of the pros and the cons of lifting the residency. And for those of you who may not know what we're talking about right now, and if you want to work for the city of Wilmington, you have to live within city limits for at least 5 years. And I think that's the biggest thing I don't want to talk about the same thing over and over, but that's probably the biggest almost caveat is that it's only 5 years. And if it were 20 years or if it were 10 or 15 years, that might be different. But like to have to uproot and move into the city just for 5 years, I don't agree with. But I do want to thank that member of the viewer who gave us their input. That's why we're here. Like I don't know if I'm right about my view, but I welcome outside opinions, so maybe I can learn something.
Right.
And there are some very valid points from different members of city council and different people who live here who want the residency requirement to stay. And they say that the city should do a better job of reaching out to people who need jobs, who live in the city. Don't just post it on our website, but have job fairs and just be more engaged with the city. Because there are people here who are looking for jobs, but there are also a lot of vacancies that have not been filled. I think there are almost close to 100 vacancies.
Really?
That are just very, very hard to fill. People who want the job but just don't want to move. People who want a job but rather live in the city of Newark or Newcastle and just don't understand them having to move here for 5 years. So shout out to that viewer. You want to give their name or?
I didn't get their name.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right,
I just saw the of course I saw their name, but I didn't.
Okay.
Write down their name.
All right, but now we really appreciate all feedback that you can give to us. So a couple weeks ago, Velda Jones Potter.
Yes.
She announced that she's running for mayor.
Yes.
Next year. And I just we definitely want her to be a guest soon, because I can't tell her platform like she can. I just think that she is a person who is deeply rooted here in the city. She was raised here. She lived on so many different sides of the city of Wilmington. She's an extremely intelligent woman.
Yes.
She is, and she has a heart for people. And I think that's why. Let me rewind. People have wanted me to run for mayor. And I thought about it. But once she said that, and I appreciate those words and the confidence that people have in me to say, you know, Trippi, we want you to be in that position. Like, that means a lot. But I also realized that she couldn't, if she, you know, when she's successful, the mayor is one position, but she's also going to need a team.
Yes.
So it takes a council and it takes the administration to really move this city in the direction that the council and the mayor, the administration wanted to move in. And I know that she and I would be a great team together if I'm fortunate enough to you know, to be the city council president again under her administration. Because we think alike, and I think that we have the same kind of compassion for people. And nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. She's not perfect. No candidate, no person is ever perfect.
Say nobody's perfect.
Right. And I just don't. And I hope that we realize the importance of supporting her, the importance of hopefully supporting me, and not just me, but other members of council who really have a heart for people. Like, development is awesome. And I can't take anything away from developers who have done an amazing job in this city. We really needed it. Not only financially, it helps out incredibly, but just creating like a new Wilmington and wanting people to want to come to Wilmington. Like, that is just so awesome. You know what I mean? And being able to go and seeing all the different development that's going on in our city is awesome. But also know that we have to also focus on our people. And I think I know that's going to be a priority of Ms. Felder. Like, government officials have to put people first.
Yes.
And until we do that, like, you always hear people say, we love Wilmington, but, or I would move into Wilmington, but. Right. And usually those buts have something to do with crime, have something to do with our public school system. It has something to do with Black people and Hispanic people who have been underserved, who now lead a life that I believe, I don't know how to put that. They lead a life where they have been misguided, undereducated, underrepresented, and now we're blaming them for the life they live. Right, and I think that is awful. You know, but I do think that with the right people in political positions, we can change that narrative. And I think that especially here in Wilmington, because it is so small and we're so connected and everybody knows each other. So from the governor, we can all be in a room at the same time. Yes. The governor, the lieutenant governor, the mayor, city council, county council, Newcastle elected officials.
Congresswoman.
Yeah, exactly. We all know each other, but I think that we really have to have an agenda to help people who need help the most. And I don't think that I've ever witnessed that. I think there have been elected officials who talk about it, but never been in the same room and said, look, this is what we're going to do for the people of the city of Wilmington to change the narrative. Right. I just think that is totally possible. It's going to be, it may offend some, it may alarm some, but I think that I don't know how we move forward. I don't know how we eliminate that stigma of Wilmington being such a violent city without having like a very specific Black agenda. And if there are, again, I'm always open to the conversation, but I just don't know how we can move forward and change that stigma without being very specific and being very direct about helping the people who are in those situations. And I just think that she is going to do that, but she's going to need help. Like, she'll need council's help, she'll need the governor's help, she'll need the Congress members' help, she'll need help. Like, no one person can do it, but I think that we all have to be a collective voice around like eliminating that stigma.
Yeah. So that would be, I mean, I'm visualizing that all of the entities working together, like coming together at the table, right? Not necessarily agreeing on everything, but at least sitting at the table. I see a lot of division going on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But I just think that we have to realize that this is our time. We have an opportunity that we just have to take advantage of, and it's our turn. Yes. And I really want to be a part of a council, a part of a generation that leaves its mark on the city. And it's I guess for me, 'cause like there's probably very few days. My dad is not as active as he always was. He's older now. He's still around, still comes to work every day. But somebody asks me about my dad every day. Like, no matter where I am, all different races and religions and ages, like people my age, people his age, and every age in between. They always say, hey, how's your dad doing? So it just lets me know that he really left his mark.
Most definitely.
Right, and I want to be able to for my children to feel the same way about me, the way I feel about my parents.
Yes.
And I think that we can do that politically if we all just are brave enough to talk about some of the things that haven't always been discussed politically.
Yeah. And how our viewing audience can help is to make sure that you're registered to vote, and those that are in your neighborhood and community to make sure that they are registered to vote, because that's really important that we get out and vote.
Very, very extremely important that if you are registered, because we always have an extremely low voter turnout. So if you are registered to vote, we need you to vote. And if you're not registered to vote, we need you to get registered. Some people think they can't vote for different reasons, but we want to educate people and help them to understand why they can vote. Right. And if they can't, how they can get the vote, because we have a year.
Yeah.
I think that's just really important that we're just more engaged.
Yes.
And once people are in the room and once people are more engaged, political figures will kind of change their tune, because we can get away with a lot because we know people aren't really watching.
Right.
And people easily forgive and forget. But with an engaged community, that can change. That whole story can change.
Yes, yeah. I was just thinking about my grandfather. Like, I couldn't wait to register, and I couldn't wait to go vote. It was like, it was like exciting.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But through whatever lack of, we can say through disenfranchisement. I mean, there's so many different things have led us to lose hope, and that's one of the words that Ms. Velda that she said in her speech, that people have lost hope, and we want to be a part of a system that gives people hope again. So I'm just looking forward to her and her vision and her being a guest right here on the show on Sunday. Soon.
We'll make it happen real soon.
Oh yeah, we have to. So enough about me. Let's talk about you and real estate and.
Okay. You know what, Trippi? So a lot of people think that you need a realtor just to buy or sell a home, but also investors need realtors as well.
Give me an example.
So like I'm going to use you for example. Let's just say that you want to flip some homes. So that's an investor. So you would purchase the home, fix it up, resell it, rent it, or do whatever you desire to do with it. So
and that's where you specifically could be of help.
Yes, most definitely. So there are quite a few homes that are on the market that are investor friendly. So I just want to encourage, if there's any investors that's looking to buy a home to flip, for you to resell or rent out, please give me a call at 302-521-7325. I look forward to assisting you.
And what company are you with again?
EXP Realty.
Okay. And so realtors, sometimes you work together with other realtors on different companies? So
it's an industry where we all kind of sort of look out for each other. But I want to give a shout out to my mentor, Cynthia Sharif. She is the one that really got me into, well, we started with another realty, but ended up at EXP just based on all the benefits that they had and the training and so much other things that they offer. So that's where we all went.
All right, shout out to Cynthia.
Johnson Sharif Johnson.
Okay, all right, shout out. So she got you involved in realty.
So I always wanted to get involved, but when you come in, it's like you come under someone.
Right, okay.
And I gleaned from her, so that's who I came under. Okay. Just like Teresa came under me. So it's like that.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you want to take a quick break?
Yes, because I'm excited for our
Sammy's Corner.
Yes.
Yeah, Sammy. So we're going to take a really quick break. We will come back with my dad and Sammy's Corner. And also, before we go to break, Waynna, I want to ask people to inbox you or inbox the
Tell me what
Congo
you're
Hour.
trying to do.
I want people to start signing up for the Student of the Week, so we can start.
Okay.
So we can start that back up. I want to start that back up before school ends. So we still have about another couple of months, so we can have a few children on here who have done well in school, who have always done well in school, who have struggled in school and are doing better. Children who maybe failed a test, retook the test and got a C. Like, it's really not about honor roll. It's not about straight A's. It's really about rewarding a child in your life who has improved or has always done well. There's no criteria, really.
Right.
If you think your child or you think a child in your circle deserves it, just let us know. And the way it works, we will pick them up in a limousine, take them and up to 5 of their friends to breakfast, and then take them to school. And it is so much fun. So I'm really looking forward to bringing that back to the Congo Hour.
And if there's any educators, teachers that want to recognize a student, you can do so as well. It doesn't have to be the parent, but we will definitely reach out to the parent or the guardian to arrange it. So how do you want them to do it?
Either I want them to go through you, because if that's all right, because I know, but if you leave it up to me, we'll be talking about the same thing in 2 more months. You have a whole bunch of angry people. They were Trippi. So go through Waynna, or go through the Congo Hour.
So they can go through the Congo Hour Facebook page. And or text me. I prefer you to text because I like to have everything in writing. So text me or 302-521-7325 or leave a inbox message on our Facebook page, the Congo Hour.
All right, so we're going to take a really quick break and we will be right back.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
Every issue that you care about.
Every issue that I care about.
And every issue that affects our daily lives is impacted by one simple action.
A vote. As the Delaware Voting Rights Coalition,
we stand ready to protect and expand access to voting.
Because our communities deserve a democracy that works for all of us.
Learn more and join us at aclu.de.org/DVRC.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
Welcome back to the Congo Hour. Hope you are enjoying the show so far. I am so excited because this is my absolute favorite part of the Congo Hour, which is
Sammy's Corner.
Yes.
He is back after a 5-year hiatus. Said he's coming back every week, but he finally made it. So we are excited to just be in his presence and learn something for the next 5, 10, or an hour.
15,
who
20,
knows how long
30.
he's going to talk. But we're just excited, and we just want to thank him for being here with us.
Yes.
I'm just so excited about all the good things that's going on around and this beautiful studio. It is really, really great. And it's just a lot of progress along with a lot of other things that's going on in town that at my age, and I'll be 85 Saturday, and I'm all excited about my health and how good I feel, and I'm taking some Golo suit, and I'm gonna try to lose a few pounds so I can feel healthy. I work out a little bit in the mornings at my house, but I look forward to losing a lot of weight. I want to be around a little longer so I can take care of Trippi.
I understand that. Somebody has to take care of Trippi.
You're absolutely right. And I want to get involved in all the activities as I used to do many, many, many years ago. And I want to get back involved in the city and its problems and just try to be a part of the solutions that will help to get everybody on their feet. I'm not so, I'm blessed to be so healthy. I'm assuming, and I just think that I'm here for a reason, and I would like to give back, and I want so many people to give back. It's so important that we try to support and work with the young folks. Ooh, shit, and it's so important that we work with the young folk that need support. And I want to, use my YMCA skills to deal with some of the problems. I would like to see Boy Scouts come back again. And I'd like to see Girl Scouts clubs come back again and kind of capture the minds of the kids whose minds are just not focused in the right direction. And I think Boy Scouts, girls clubs, and in a big way, we need to get people just to not believe that we need law enforcement to get controls, but just a whole lot more love. And that's where I got a lot of love from when I was coming along. And we got to learn and develop values. And those basic values are what's needed today. I think some of the new rules where you can't discipline kids, I don't believe in that. I think that you don't beat them up, but you have to do something or it's going to stay out of hand the way that it is. And so I don't know the right answer, but I do know that when a person does something wrong, for adults, when they do wrong, they're incarcerated. They go to jail for doing wrong. But for kids, they just do wrong and get away with it, which develops where we are today with young folks thinking that they can just do things and not be respectful and not respect. And I think that once we get back in that direction by getting a lot of volunteer leadership from communities and people who have just a little bit of time to share with this community that we live in, I think it's such a wonderful, beautiful city. I think we're a model city. We're just big enough to get a job done. And with the help of everybody. We can't ask just one group to do that. I think everybody needs to be a part of that process. I think that the young people today are just so much more exciting than I am. I think that we gotta keep up with time. And I may come in there with some old stuff that won't work as well as new technology and the time and the efforts that is required. I'm not so much interested in being a mayor of such a wonderful city, but I am interested in being a part of everybody's effort to make this just where you can sit out on your porch and have neighbors that you can visit, talk to them, walk up and down the street, and just have a great relationship with your community. Have things like a welcome wagon when people come in. bringing in a pie or a cake or some soup or whatever it takes to develop the relationship with new people that come in. And those are the basic little fundamentals that are going to allow us to begin to develop the relationships that are required in trying to get people relating to each other. And I think they're very simple. It's easy to bake a cake, and it's easy to walk down the street. You know, it's easy to shake a hand. It's easy to say good morning. You know, I kind of just parked, and I don't want to say anything about the Wilmington Police Department, but the gentlemen that were on the street weren't friendly. You know, they didn't smile. They looked professional, but I didn't feel that I didn't feel I could ask them because I got lost, remember? And I didn't feel that the kind of reception, I wasn't getting the kind of reception that I needed. Now, I'm not saying that the guys were bad, but they weren't welcoming, as I can say. And I think, in the little neighborhood that I live in today, you cannot pass a car in my neighborhood without somebody waving. That little wave means a lot. It's friendly, and when people are walking by and you're in your yard, you say hello. So we've got to get our whole community feeling the love for each other that is required to make this a wonderful city. And putting the right people in politics. I think that we got to get folks registered. I don't know how to motivate folk or to make them realize how important each and everybody is. Everybody is important. That one vote that they may not think counts will count, because when you add all ones and ones and ones and ones, it comes up to maybe $10,000. But if you don't start off with one, you won't get to the $10,000. And these people get together and decide who should run for office, not a person saying, I want to run. I think we got too much of that. I think it has to be when the community groups say this is who we're going to support because of their activities in the community. And it should be a process that they go through to get a feel for what the community wants. And then I think all the communities should meet at some point to discuss and talk about how we want our city run. I was walking around in circles. That officer had to know that I needed help, but he paid no attention to me walking around in circles and just went across the street. Well, that's not the officer friendly that you're referring to. And he's probably a great guy, but it's like when you were in the hospitality business, you were trained to be friendly and to approach people with a pleasant look. These guys looked like they were in the Gestapo. And I was almost as afraid of him as he was of me. And I just didn't think that that's the appropriate look that in a Market Street, and this happened on Market Street, that the lack of concern about people who are walking up and down the street should take place. And I guess that's kind of what I feel that I can openly talk about. A lot of folks don't want to hit the heavy issues, but I think they're the issues that are affecting our community. And we have to begin to understand that there is a division, and we want to close that division. We want to close that gap, and we want folks to feel a part of and that we're all on the same team. And whether you're Republican, Democrat, Socialist, or none involved, you want to get involved to be on the team of making this a better city to live in. I think that we should have a lot more guests. And these guests, because of the opportunities for people to discuss their concerns, should be made available. And I surely hope that you and Trippi can kind of search around during the week to find somebody that will share their concerns. And then after they share their concerns, people who are observing and watching us will be a part of it and say, gee, I'd like to be a part of that. It seems to me that that's how we're going to start. And so it's exciting to me. It is. At 85, I'm still kicking. And I see so much potential in young folks like yourself, being interested and taking your time, because you are a volunteer too, you know, and you're in all kinds of civic groups, and you surely have an opportunity to share what you learn through this media. This is a great media for us to use to get the message out. And the message should be very positive. We don't want to talk negative about anybody or anything, because it's easier and more friendly, and people want to deal with positives. They don't want to deal with negatives. And I think that we've got to find ways to get folk interested by having exciting times.
welcome back to the show. I know that you enjoyed Sammy's Corner as much as we did, but now I think this might be my second favorite part of the show. Trippi, who we have with us?
We hope it is. We hope.
Oh, come on, don't act like that.
You're right. You're right. So, we have with us this evening, Mariah, who is my youngest and the youngest in charge.
And the favorite.
And the favorite.
And the favorite.
Oh boy, here we go. It's funny, Waynna. I put a picture on Instagram with me and the kids, and I asked people. I was like, "Which one do you think is the boss out of my 5 children?" Probably like 99% of the people said it was her.
She's like, "Cause I am." Like it's that simple.
Well, Mariah, welcome to the show. And believe it or not, she didn't remember, and it's been a long time. But she's been on the show. You've been on the show before. You just don't remember because you were a lot younger.
I'm gonna have to try to find, cause you know how I saved a lot of our shows. I'm gonna have to find it so she can see herself.
All right. So welcome. How are you?
Good.
You doing all right? So tell the people a little bit about yourself. How old you are, what school you go to, what grade you're in.
I'm 9. I go to Wilmington Friends School, and I'm in 4th grade.
You're in 4th grade. And what is your favorite subject at Friends? Be serious, too. She was like, I'm gonna say it's recess when you asked me that question.
You know how kids, like, they can do this, they can do that, but when they get on.
Struggling. Yeah, I saw her struggling. You wanted to say recess, didn't you?
I did want to say recess.
Besides recess.
Besides recess.
Well, then, I guess reading, because we don't do anything in reading.
Okay.
That's the
What
best.
else that you have to do something? Here we go.
I like art.
Okay, that's
I
good.
Who are your favorite teachers at Friends? Who's your favorite teacher?
Oh, Teacher Heather.
Teacher Heather. All right, give a shout out to Teacher Heather. And your circle of friends, I forgot. What's the name of your friend? What's your little group called?
Don't say little
Oh,
group.
your little.
Yeah, there's like 11 people in it.
Oh,
It's not little.
sorry.
Not, that's what I said. Don't be calling it little.
What's the name of your group of friends?
They're really just friend group.
They're just friend group. Okay. You want to give a shout out to them, or you don't want to forget anybody? Do you know all the members?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Give them a shout out.
You want me to just say their names?
Just say their names.
All right, so there's Mary, Alexander, Cam, Ben. Hold up. Ngozi, Nyla, Mallory, Nura, Elise.
And you.
Oh yeah.
But no,
yeah.
that's only 10 with her. You said it's
Oh,
11.
and me. I'm in the group too, right? No.
No.
No. Can I get in the group?
Okay, next topic.
You my girl, come on now.
Oh, here we go.
You have a dog.
Yes.
I do have a dog.
What kind of dog is it?
I have 3 dogs.
3.
She does. She has. Well, go ahead, let her explain. I'm not going.
Okay, I have Mello. He's not my favorite.
I
He
think that's the
bullies
one
me.
that I like.
Probably not. Mello is.
Mello?
Yeah, he's kind of. He has a lot of energy. So I don't think you've met Mello. He's my giant schnauzer.
I think you
Okay.
met Mango.
Yeah,
Mango.
Mango is my favorite. No offense, guys. And then there's Rocky, which is a lot.
Rocky is a lot. What kind of dog is Rocky?
Australian Lab.
Oh.
What kind of dog is Mango?
Labradoodle.
A Labradoodle.
So that's the brown curly one. Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Yeah,
See?
That's Mango.
Yeah, I like Mango.
What's your favorite part about spending some time with your dogs? What do you like most about having a dog?
Because I just tell them everything and they don't spill it.
You tell them everything and what?
And they don't tell anyone.
Oh, you can confide in them. You can just tell them whatever's on your
Confidants.
mind. Whatever it takes. What about your siblings? Give your brothers and sisters a shout out. I know. Go ahead.
We're gonna start off with Max.
What's your favorite thing about Max?
Like, he'll help me with my homework.
Okay. All right, that's a good thing.
That is.
Now let's go to Morgan.
Who?
Your twin.
It's like ooh, Mufasa.
Your twin.
Okay.
What do you like about Morgan?
She'll drive me places.
Okay, that's true.
The chauffeur.
Mhm.
Okay.
What about Milan?
She's funny.
She is. And then what about Macy Mace? What about Mason?
You got to think that hard.
I do.
No, you
Actually.
don't.
Okay, I got one. We play fight.
All the time. Yes, they do. All the time, like non-stop. Oh my goodness, but he's your
I always win.
closest. Hmm?
I always win.
Not always, but you probably win most of the time because he's your big brother, so he has to look out for you. He has to let you.
Right.
He has to let you have some wins.
No, but
that's a big brother's do.
When someone tries to come up to me, he's like, "Hey, back off."
Oh,
Yeah,
well, that's
see?
good.
That's right.
That's what big
Yeah.
brothers
See that?
do.
That's what it's all about. So shout out to Mace for being that bodyguard, right? Protecting his little sister.
She got a lot of
protect him.
people.
Oh, you protect
What?
it.
You protect them too?
Protect.
She got a tutor, a chauffeur, a bodyguard. I want to be like you when I grow up.
Right. So let's give a shout out to some family members. Shout out to mommy. Who else?
Okay, shout out for Mom, because she trying to think.
She's mom.
Yeah, because she's Mom.
Yeah, that's right. She's everything.
And then, oh no, because she's always by my side.
That's right.
And
There you
shout
go.
out to this one.
This one.
Let me think.
I love her.
Shout out to your grandparents. Who else?
Oh, shout out to Joan,
Okay, yeah,
To
definitely.
who?
because
Oh,
she
yes.
absolutely.
always like looks in my throat and like tells me when I'm sick or something.
So when she says Joan, she's referring to my favorite doctor, Dr. Joan
absolutely.
Coker,
City's
who is an
favorite
ENT doctor. So I hate when she goes down my throat.
Who else? Anybody else you want to give a shout out to? Give a shout out to your grandparents.
Oh, like both of them? Or like,
All of them.
oh, okay.
Whoever you can think of.
Okay, first one that comes to my mind is Mr. Sammy Congo. So, he's just funny, and every time my dad drops us off there to go get gas, he's like, "How much money you want?"
And you never turn it away, do you?
No.
Yeah, of course
She's
not.
like, duh.
Why would I do that? Who else?
Grammy.
Okay, you have 2 Grammys though.
Grammy Cherry.
Okay. And Grammy.
Cameron.
Karen.
Karen.
Grammy Karen. So shout out to the Grammys. Shout out to your aunts and your uncles. You want to give them a shout out real quick?
Sure.
Okay. Aunt Kimmy, Uncle Twan.
Did you say Antoine?
Yeah, Uncle Twan. Yeah, we can give them a shout out.
Okay. Aunt Kimmy, because just, she's just
It's Aunt Kimmy. Yeah, you just want to give them a shout out.
yeah. I need to do something with my hands.
Me too, that sometimes.
I'm just gonna
Shout out to Uncle Twan.
Uncle Twan.
Yeah.
Do you have plans this summer? What do you want to do?
Sleep.
You
I
know.
remember you said you wanted to work. What about working? Earning some money. And it's one thing for Pop-Up to say, hey guys, you guys want some money, but it's a totally different thing to say, hey Pop-Up, how can we earn some money? Right? I know you probably don't understand that
It's a
yet.
totally different thing
Yeah,
that
I
I
know.
don't do.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna work on. Just working. Wherever it is, where you can have some fun but still work but still earn.
I was going to
Some
say,
money.
because all the people that is in your family, even starting with your dad, work to earn money. Although Pop-Up is free to give money to people, but working for it means a lot more than I'm just giving it to you. It shows that you appreciate it.
I remember I said that I'd work one weekend, and it's like last weekend. So I just
Did you
did it.
work?
No, I just didn't call him.
Yeah. See, we're gonna change that though. Yeah, we're gonna start working on the weekends just so you can earn some money, and then you don't have to ask. You don't have to wait for Pop-Up. You can say, hey Pop-Up, you need a couple $. You know what I mean? Hey Dad, you need some money to go shopping. You don't see that yet?
No.
Not yet?
No.
You will. You'll thank me.
Yeah.
You'll thank me in about 20 years.
Be like, remember Dad
Okay.
when he was on the show when you said such and such? You gotta come more often.
Yeah, anything else on your mind you want to talk about? your time.
Who likes sleeping?
This is Mariah's, we're gonna call this Mariah's moment. Okay? You like that? All right, so maybe every few Sundays you can come on and say hi to the viewing audience, let people know how you're doing in school.
Oh, I got one.
Yes.
Okay. So, my friend, remember that one Alexander dude?
Yes.
That I mentioned? His birthday's coming up.
Okay. So I have to say happy birthday to Alexander.
Happy birthday, Alexander.
When's his birthday? You know the day?
Gotta think a little bit.
No, but it's coming up
Okay,
soon?
it's April 22nd.
Okay. All right. So
I remember that because someone in my class was like, April 22nd, remember that.
You have a sibling whose birthday is coming up too.
Okay.
Whose birthday
April
is it?
15th,
Right.
Milan.
All right, so give Milan a shout out.
Happy birthday, Milan.
All right.
So excited.
All right, I'm gonna wrap this up before
Where's Papa?
he had to leave. He'll be back next weekend probably. I mean, on the next show. All right, well, thank you for joining us.
Yep.
You good?
I am good.
When you coming back?
See.
Maybe like once a month, once every few weeks. How's that sound?
I'll have to
Maybe
make
you
room
can
for it
bring
in
our
my
favorite
schedule.
dog
Right.
next time.
Oh yeah, I think Mingo would be right here next to me,
I
just
think that
looking
would
at.
be
Oh, yeah,
great.
okay. Yeah, we can make that happen.
All right.
All right. All right. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Sit next.
Or you wanna are we going to break, Waynna? Or are we gonna go right into the birthday?
Let's go right into the
Right,
birthdays
okay.
because I know
All
our
right.
time is running down. Okay.
All right.
So we want to make sure that we say happy belated birthday to Aunt Judy, whose birthday was March 31st,
birthday, Aunt
along with Margaret Cookie Melton, my aunt, March 31st. Miss Congo's was the 2nd. Mike Harvey's was the 2nd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
they share the
yeah.
same birthday.
And we already mentioned my Pop-Up Sonny's. His was April the 5th. Mr. Congo's was on yesterday. And Kaya Jacobs turned 6 on yesterday. And that is all of the birthdays that I
Okay,
have.
so-
Because you mentioned
Milan.
and
Alexander.
yeah.
All right. So if you want us to give a birthday shout out to somebody who was in your life, what's the best way for them to get that information to you? Same.
Is there another way?
Give Waynna a text, leave a message on our Facebook Congo Hour, and we will make sure that that we give them a shout out.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
All right. Are we at the end of the show? All right.
I am.
All right. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, we will, God's willing, see you next Sunday. Have a great week. Remember to cherish and express your love for the people who are in your circle. You never know what tomorrow or today may bring. So
I love you, Trippi.
I love you too, Waynna.
I love you, Milan.
My name's not Milan. I thought you said love and cherish. I thought that meant remembering my name.